Imagine waking up tomorrow, not in your physical bed, but inside a virtual paradise, a perfect replica of your ideal world. You're conscious, aware, fully yourself, but completely digital. Here, disease, aging, and death no longer exist. Your memories, personality, and emotions are safely stored in the cloud, accessible at the click of a button. Sounds like science fiction. Well, this extraordinary future might be closer than you think. Welcome to the fascinating and controversial world of mind uploading, a technology promising nothing less than digital immortality. But what exactly is mind uploading, and can we realistically expect to see it within our lifetime? At its core, mind uploading refers to the process of transferring human consciousness, your thoughts, memories, and personality, from your biological brain to a digital medium, essentially allowing you to live forever online. Imagine preserving your memories, personality, and experiences digitally, able to explore virtual worlds, visit friends and loved ones in cyberspace, and even continue to interact with the real world through robotic avatars. It's a stunning concept, a profound shift that could redefine our understanding of life, death, and identity itself. Yet this groundbreaking idea raises enormous ethical, philosophical, and practical questions. If you upload your consciousness to a digital world, is that digital copy still genuinely you? Would you truly experience digital immortality, or is this just an illusion of eternal life? Are we risking losing our humanity by merging our minds with AI, or is it the inevitable next step in our evolution? Throughout this video, we'll dive deep into these compelling questions, exploring groundbreaking research and eye-opening experiments happening right now in neuroscience labs across the globe. We'll reveal how close scientists are to cracking the mysteries of consciousness and making mind uploading a reality. You'll discover surprising real-world attempts at digitally simulating consciousness, some led by tech giants like Neuralink and DeepMind. We'll also examine the implications of achieving digital immortality. How would society change if death became optional? Who would have access to this technology, and could it create a dangerous divide between those who can afford eternal life and those who can't? We'll dive deep into heated debates among leading ethicists, philosophers, and futurists who argue fiercely over whether mind uploading is a path to human salvation or the start of an unprecedented ethical nightmare. As we journey deeper into the potential benefits and profound risks of digital immortality, you'll encounter mind-bending ideas and controversial theories that challenge conventional wisdom. Could you truly maintain your personal identity if your mind was converted to digital code? Would you even be you, or just an algorithmic copy? And is eternal life online a gift, or a curse? Stay with us as we uncover astonishing visions of how everyday life could change dramatically if we achieve mind uploading. Imagine economies built around digital existences, loved ones reunited virtually beyond the constraints of biological death, and human civilization existing indefinitely in vast digital cities constructed in the metaverse. Could this really become our future? In this video, you'll not only learn what mind uploading truly entails, but you'll also gain insight into the revolutionary technologies powering this vision. We'll discuss cutting-edge neural technologies, breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, and controversial debates currently shaping public opinion. We'll explore real-world surveys revealing what society actually thinks about living forever online, along with expert predictions on when, and if, this extraordinary leap might occur. Are you ready to dive deep into a future where human life has no limits, where consciousness defies physical boundaries, and digital immortality becomes possible? Then buckle up, because you're about to explore one of humanity's boldest dreams, and possibly, our next reality. Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear could change everything you thought you knew about life, death, and the limits of human potential. Let's dive into the future of mind uploading and find out, how soon could we really live forever online? What exactly is mind uploading? Mind uploading, often called consciousness uploading or brain uploading, is the fascinating concept of transferring your mind or consciousness from a biological brain into a digital environment. It involves copying or moving your memories, personality, emotions, and everything that makes you uniquely you into a digital simulation. In simpler terms, it's about turning your mind into digital data, allowing you to live forever online. But this revolutionary idea didn't come out of nowhere. The dream of preserving human consciousness has intrigued us for centuries, with its roots dating back far earlier than you might imagine. Historically, the concept began appearing in philosophical discussions as early as the late 1800s, when thinkers started wondering whether human identity could be separated from the physical body. However, the modern idea of mind uploading truly took shape in the mid-20th century, coinciding with advances in computer science and neuroscience. One of the earliest explicit mentions of mind uploading came in the 1950s when pioneering scientists speculated about copying brain patterns into machines. The concept gained significant momentum in the 1970s and 80s, especially among futurists and science fiction authors who began envisioning humans achieving immortality through technology. Marvin Minsky, a prominent MIT scientist often called the father of artificial intelligence, famously predicted in the 1980s that one day humans might upload their minds onto computers, freeing humanity from biological limitations forever. Since then, the idea has taken deep root in popular culture. Movies and TV shows like The Matrix, Black Mirror, Altered Carbon, and Westworld have vividly explored the possibilities and dangers of living digitally. Books by authors like William Gibson and Neil Stephenson further sparked the imagination, painting scenarios in which consciousness seamlessly moves from biological brains to virtual realms. These portrayals haven't just entertained, they've profoundly shaped public perception, turning mind uploading from obscure scientific curiosity into a mainstream aspiration. Today, mind uploading isn't just fiction or wishful thinking, it's a serious field of scientific exploration. Tech billionaires like Elon Musk, with companies like Neuralink, have openly expressed ambitions related to consciousness transfer. Research teams across the globe are actively experimenting with brain-computer interfaces, mapping neural networks, and simulating brain functions digitally, inching us closer to this unprecedented leap. But why is mind uploading so important? Beyond the fascinating notion of digital immortality, its implications are profound and far-reaching. For the first time in history, we could break free from biological constraints. Imagine never having to face the inevitability of aging, disease, or physical limitations. Imagine preserving the knowledge and wisdom of great minds indefinitely, allowing generations to learn from Einstein, Shakespeare, or even yourself hundreds of years from now. Digital immortality could change how humanity views life and death itself. Death, traditionally seen as an inevitable end, might become optional or at least radically delayed. If mind uploading succeeds, you could effectively back up your consciousness-like data on a computer, transferring it between virtual environments or even robotic avatars, experiencing countless lives and realities. Families could interact with loved ones indefinitely, bridging gaps between generations and preserving cherished memories forever. However, achieving digital immortality also presents tremendous challenges. Technologically, ethically, and socially, the stakes couldn't be higher. Questions immediately arise about identity. Would a digital copy of your consciousness truly still be you, or simply a sophisticated replica? Philosophically, we must ask if consciousness can even exist independently of the biological brain. Could you experience genuine emotions or feelings in a purely digital realm? Moreover, the idea of digital immortality carries significant ethical and societal risks. Who controls your uploaded mind? Could your consciousness be hacked or manipulated? And how would society cope with inequality if digital immortality becomes accessible only to the wealthy? These questions are just the tip of the iceberg of a debate that's intensifying as technology pushes forward. Throughout this video, we'll dive deep into these fascinating and controversial debates. We'll explore groundbreaking research that's pushing boundaries today, revealing how realistic mind uploading is becoming. You'll uncover insights from scientists, ethicists, and futurists who are actively shaping this field, and you'll encounter real-life experiments striving toward digital consciousness. In short, the implications of achieving mind uploading extend far beyond personal immortality. It represents a pivotal turning point for humanity, a new era where the lines between the biological and digital blur, potentially transforming human civilization forever. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the cutting-edge technologies, ethical dilemmas, and incredible scenarios awaiting us in this digital frontier. Up next, we'll examine how close we truly are to achieving this ambitious dream and explore what scientists are doing right now to make mind uploading a reality. How mind uploading could work, the science behind it. When you hear the phrase, mind uploading, it might seem like something straight out of a science fiction novel. But the truth is, it's deeply rooted in actual scientific concepts being explored right now. To truly understand the incredible potential, and the enormous challenges, of digital immortality, we need to dive into the groundbreaking technologies driving this futuristic vision. Capturing the complexity of the human brain. At its core, mind uploading involves translating the intricate structure and function of your brain into digital data. Your brain is essentially a highly complex network, containing approximately 86 billion neurons connected by trillions of synapses. These connections allow information to flow, giving rise to your thoughts, memories, emotions, and personality. For mind uploading to become reality, scientists must find ways to map, record, and replicate these connections digitally. One current method scientists are exploring involves creating extremely precise brain scans to map every neuron and its synaptic connections, a process called brain mapping. Once a comprehensive map of the brain's neural connections exists, your consciousness could theoretically be simulated digitally, allowing it to function independently of your physical body. Neural mapping, decoding the brain. The first major scientific challenge in mind uploading is neural mapping, a process that involves identifying and recording every neural connection and activity pattern in your brain. Today, advanced imaging techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and electron microscopy provide valuable glimpses into the brain's structure and activity. However, these methods have limitations. For example, fMRI offers good spatial resolution but poor time resolution, meaning it can tell us where brain activity happens but struggles to capture the precise timing and complexity needed for complete consciousness transfer. Emerging technologies, like optogenetics, a method using light to control neurons genetically altered to be light-sensitive, are pushing boundaries. Optogenetics allows researchers to map neural pathways in unprecedented detail by switching neurons on or off, creating precise brain activity patterns for analysis. This technology brings scientists closer to understanding how individual neurons and groups of neurons interact, laying the groundwork necessary for mind uploading. Brain-computer interfaces, bridging biology and machines. Next is brain-computer interface, BCI, technology, a vital stepping stone toward consciousness transfer. These interfaces create direct communication between your brain and external computers, allowing for real-time reading, and potentially writing, of neural information. BCI has made remarkable strides in recent years. For example, Neuralink, founded by Elon Musk, has become one of the most recognizable names pioneering this field. Neuralink's device, often called the link, consists of tiny electrodes embedded in the brain tissue, which can read and transmit neural signals to external devices. These electrodes communicate with computers, translating neural activity into actionable digital data. In groundbreaking experiments, Neuralink has demonstrated that animals implanted with the device can control digital interfaces simply by thinking. In 2021, Neuralink showcased a monkey named Pager, who was able to play a computer game using just his mind. Such achievements illustrate the genuine potential of BCIs to decode and replicate brain signals, bringing mind uploading significantly closer to reality. Brain-computer interfaces in action, current real-world experiment. Several other groundbreaking experiments worldwide highlight how rapidly brain-computer interfaces are evolving. Scientists at the University of Pittsburgh, for instance, successfully enabled paralyzed individuals to control robotic arms using just brain signals. The subjects could perform tasks like feeding themselves independently for the first time in years, thanks to the seamless transfer of neural commands into external machinery. These experiments provide essential stepping stones toward the capability of transferring consciousness from biological brains to digital environments or robotic bodies. Similarly, at the Brain Gate Research Program, individuals suffering from paralysis or neurodegenerative conditions have gained the ability to control computers, robotic limbs, and even communicate through synthesized speech, purely by using brain signals. These experiments don't just hint at mind uploading, they demonstrate how brain-machine interfaces could become the foundational technology to support a fully digital consciousness. Digital simulation of human brains, the Blue Brain Project, but brain mapping and BCI technology are just parts of the puzzle. Another critical challenge scientists must overcome involves simulating the brain digitally. The Blue Brain Project, launched by Switzerland's École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne, EPFL, is at the forefront of this effort. Initiated in 2005, the project's ambitious goal is to create detailed simulations of the brain's neural activity by reverse engineering biological processes. To date, the Blue Brain Project has successfully simulated the neocortical columns, complex structures found in the mammalian brain, responsible for higher cognitive functions. These digital replicas can predict neural behavior, helping scientists understand exactly how thoughts form and spread across neural networks. Although the project's ultimate goal, a complete digital model of the human brain, remains distant, their progress is a promising indication of the feasibility of digitally simulating human consciousness in the future. Computational power and digital consciousness. One major barrier standing between humanity and successful mind uploading is computing power. Your brain is unimaginably complex, operating at roughly 1 exaflops, or a billion quintillion, floating point operations per second. By comparison, the fastest supercomputer today reaches around 1 to 2 exaflops, meaning we are finally nearing the computational capacity needed to simulate an entire human brain in real time. Yet, just simulating neural activity isn't enough. Uploading a complete mind would also require accurately encoding your lifetime of memories and experiences. According to a 2022 research report published by neuroscientists at MIT, replicating the full data complexity of a single human mind could require over 1 zettabyte of storage space. That's equal to 1 trillion gigabytes. For context, the entire internet in 2024 contains roughly 175 zettabytes of data. Clearly, digital immortality would demand unprecedented leaps in data management and storage solutions. Controversies and technical limitations beyond raw computing requirements. Significant controversies surround the feasibility of digitally replicating human consciousness. Skeptics argue consciousness isn't just about neural connections or computational power, it involves subjective experiences, self-awareness, and emotional complexity that might never translate into digital code. Some neuroscientists caution against oversimplifying consciousness, arguing that digital copies could merely simulate human-like behavior without genuine experience or subjective awareness. Philosopher David Chalmers, known for articulating the hard problem of consciousness, emphasizes that replicating the brain's functions may not automatically replicate subjective consciousness itself. Can digital simulations ever possess genuine emotions, awareness, or desires? Or would they merely mimic human behavior without authentic experiences? Additionally, ethical questions loom large. Who would own the rights to your digitally uploaded consciousness? Could it be manipulated, altered, or deleted without consent? The challenges are as philosophical and ethical as they are scientific and technical, making mind uploading one of humanity's most debated emerging technologies. Despite these controversies and challenges, one thing remains clear: the science behind mind uploading is advancing rapidly. As neural mapping techniques become increasingly precise, brain-computer interfaces grow more sophisticated, and computing power surges forward, the once impossible concept of digital immortality inches steadily closer. In the upcoming sections, we'll delve even deeper into how close humanity is to achieving mind uploading, exploring expert predictions, real-world experiments, and groundbreaking research reshaping what we know about life, consciousness, and the future of our species. Stay tuned to discover how close you might be to experiencing digital immortality yourself. How close are we to achieving mind uploading? Mind uploading once seemed like a distant dream, a futuristic fantasy too far-fetched to take seriously. Yet today, as of 2025, it has transitioned from pure science fiction into a serious scientific pursuit, sparking intense debate, groundbreaking research, and major financial investments. But how close are we, realistically, to achieving digital immortality? Where we stand today, current scientific progress. Today, major institutions and tech companies worldwide are pouring resources into researching mind uploading. Projects such as Elon Musk's Neuralink and the EU-funded Human Brain Project are pushing the boundaries of neuroscience and technology. Recently, significant breakthroughs in artificial intelligence and neuroscience have accelerated progress, bringing us closer to capturing and replicating the complexities of the human mind digitally. One major advancement came in late 2024, when researchers at Stanford successfully mapped and digitally simulated an entire cubic millimeter of human brain tissue, capturing every neural connection within this tiny yet incredibly complex region. Although just a microscopic fraction of the full human brain, this milestone demonstrated, for the first time, that comprehensive digital replication of human brain structures is scientifically achievable, laying a crucial foundation for scaling up to entire brain regions. Similarly, scientists at MIT and Caltech recently developed advanced neural interfaces capable of decoding complex thought patterns and translating them into digital signals with remarkable precision. Using this technology, volunteers controlled virtual avatars in a digital environment using only their thoughts, highlighting the growing sophistication and accuracy of brain-computer interfaces. This achievement brings us another step closer to a future where minds could seamlessly milestones in AI and computing power in parallel. Enormous leaps in artificial intelligence and computing power are helping drive the possibility of mind uploading closer to reality. AI advancements, particularly deep learning and neural network algorithms, have become essential tools in analyzing and simulating brain function. For example, in early 2025, Google's DeepMind successfully demonstrated an AI neural simulation capable of predicting human-like cognitive behaviors in unprecedented detail, closely mimicking the neural patterns observed in actual human subjects during complex problem-solving tasks. Alongside AI developments, advancements in computing hardware have revolutionized the potential of digital brain simulation. The arrival of quantum computing, with companies like IBM and Google achieving practical quantum supremacy, marks a pivotal turning point. Quantum computers, vastly more powerful than classical computers, can process enormous datasets and simulate complex neural interactions at speeds previously unimaginable. With quantum processes becoming more stable and accessible, researchers predict exponential growth in our ability to digitally simulate larger brain regions, dramatically accelerating the timeline for practical mind uploading. Expert predictions and timeline. So, what do experts say about the realistic time frame for achieving mind uploading? Opinions vary significantly, reflecting the controversial and speculative nature of this ambitious technology. However, recent surveys among neuroscientists and technology experts provide intriguing insights. According to a 2024 global poll conducted among leading neuroscientists and futurists by Pew Research Center, approximately 25% believe humans could achieve full brain uploads capable of consciousness transfer within 30 years, by around 2055. Another 50% anticipate significant breakthroughs allowing partial consciousness simulations within the next 2 decades. Only about 25% remain highly skeptical, believing complete digital immortality may be fundamentally impossible, or at least over a century away. Futurist and inventor Ray Kurzweil, renowned for his bold yet often accurate predictions, argues that exponential technological advancements mean we'll likely achieve practical mind uploading sooner than most imagine, perhaps as early as 2045. Kurzweil bases his prediction on historical patterns, such as Moore's law and recent exponential advances in AI and quantum computing. Meanwhile, Elon Musk remains cautiously optimistic, stating publicly in 2024 that Neuralink could achieve meaningful consciousness uploads in less than 3 decades, provided regulatory and ethical barriers are overcome. The controversial divide: optimism versus skepticism. While optimism around mind uploading grows, skeptics provide crucial counterbalance, warning that digital immortality might be oversold by enthusiastic tech leaders seeking funding and attention. These skeptics highlight the fundamental difficulties of capturing subjective consciousness, which science still poorly understands. Dr. Christoph Koch, a prominent neuroscientist and consciousness researcher at the Allen Institute for Brain Science, argues that current brain mapping techniques might never truly capture subjective experience. Koch emphasizes that consciousness involves subjective feelings, what philosophers call qualia, which may not emerge from simply replicating neural patterns digitally. He warns against assuming computational power alone guarantees genuine digital consciousness, suggesting researchers may underestimate the complexity of subjective awareness. Philosopher Susan Schneider, director of the Center for the Future Mind at Florida Atlantic University, echoes Koch's skepticism. Schneider argues consciousness might be fundamentally biological, intricately tied to our physical brains and bodies. According to her, uploading the mind might produce sophisticated copies that simulate your personality but lack true subjective awareness, making genuine digital immortality questionable. Schneider further cautions that society risks ethical disasters by rushing to create digital copies without fully understanding consciousness itself. However, proponents respond to skeptics by pointing out that we don't need perfect philosophical certainty to make practical progress. Many researchers, including those at Neuralink and DeepMind, argue that partial uploads or simulations could already offer tremendous benefits, such as advanced medical treatments, preserving knowledge from aging populations, or assisting those suffering from degenerative diseases. Closer than ever, yet still uncertain. So, while full digital immortality remains uncertain, substantial progress suggests we're rapidly approaching critical milestones. Scientific breakthroughs in neural mapping, advanced brain-computer interfaces, quantum computing, and AI simulation are converging at an unprecedented pace. Practical mind uploading applications, even partial or experimental, appear likely within decades rather than centuries. Yet major philosophical, technical, and ethical questions persist, fueling ongoing debates about whether digital immortality will genuinely replicate human consciousness, or merely mimic it convincingly. As science continues to advance, this controversy will only intensify, forcing society to confront profound questions about identity, ethics, and what it means to be human. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into these profound ethical and philosophical debates, examining the consequences and challenges humanity faces on the journey toward digital immortality. Ethical and philosophical implications of mind uploading. The idea of mind uploading offers a captivating vision: achieving digital immortality, living forever online, and experiencing life without physical constraints. But beneath its fascinating potential lies a deep and complex web of ethical and philosophical implications that raise profound questions about identity, existence, and humanity itself. To truly understand the future of mind uploading, we must address the moral challenges and philosophical debates it inevitably brings forth. The big question: would your digital copy still be you? One of the most debated philosophical questions surrounding mind uploading is the concept of personal identity. When you upload your consciousness digitally, who exactly continues living, the original you or a mere digital copy? Philosophers refer to this conundrum as the continuity of identity problem, and it has sparked intense debates among scholars worldwide. Dr. Susan Schneider, a renowned philosopher and professor specializing in consciousness studies, argues passionately that mind uploading might create a sophisticated imitation rather than genuine continuation. According to Schneider, your subjective experience, your sense of self-awareness and continuous consciousness, is inseparably linked to your biological brain. Even a perfect digital copy might only produce a philosophical zombie, an entity that acts exactly like you but lacks true subjective awareness or feeling. Yet, other experts fiercely debate this perspective. Philosopher Nick Bostrom from Oxford University proposes that identity is rooted more deeply in patterns of consciousness rather than biological substrates alone. In his widely cited theories, he argues if your memories, personality traits, emotions, and thought patterns are accurately preserved, your digital self could indeed remain genuinely you, maintaining your personal identity in digital form. To Bostrom, identity isn't fixed in biological neurons. It emerges from the ongoing patterns and processes that define your consciousness. Ethical challenges of digital immortality beyond personal identity, mind uploading introduces a myriad of ethical concerns that society must confront before embracing digital immortality. One of the most significant is consent. For instance, who decides whether a digital consciousness remains active? Should family members have authority over maintaining or deleting digital copies of their loved ones' minds after death? And how do we ensure digital consciousness isn't exploited or manipulated? In one illustrative scenario, imagine a future where your uploaded mind can be reactivated or suspended based on financial considerations, corporate ownership, or government oversight. Could companies control your digital existence, deciding where and how your consciousness exists online? This scenario is unsettlingly plausible, especially considering tech giants already hold immense power over personal data and privacy today. Another serious ethical concern is potential misuse or abuse of digital copies. If your consciousness exists online, what protects it from hacking, digital slavery, or exploitation? Cybersecurity experts warn that digital consciousness could become targets for cybercriminals, creating unprecedented opportunities for hacking, manipulation, and even digital hostage-taking. Ethicists fear scenarios where uploaded minds become victims of manipulation, forced labor, or digital imprisonment. The idea of someone hacking your memories, emotions, or experiences is profoundly troubling yet disturbingly plausible. Societal inequality and accessibility issues. Perhaps one of the most pressing ethical dilemmas surrounding mind uploading is accessibility. Given how expensive and complex consciousness transfer technology would likely be, there's a significant risk of deepening existing inequalities. Early access to digital immortality might only be available to the ultra-wealthy or elite, creating a disturbing scenario in which only certain individuals, typically those with wealth and power, can afford to live forever digitally. Imagine a society split between those who achieve digital immortality, able to preserve themselves indefinitely, and those who remain mortal, biologically bound to illness, aging, and death. The social divisions and ethical tensions resulting from such stark inequality could lead to unprecedented conflict, resentment, and destabilization. Experts caution that careful governance and fair distribution of such powerful technology must become priorities before mind uploading becomes reality. Case studies and expert insights on ethical debate. The ethics of mind uploading aren't hypothetical. They're actively debated by leading thinkers and research organizations right now. The Future of Humanity Institute at Oxford University, a leading center in futurist ethics, emphasizes the need for extensive public dialogue to establish clear ethical frameworks around mind uploading technology. Their recent white paper, published in 2024, strongly advocates global cooperation to ensure digital immortality does not become the privilege of a select few. Additionally, the debate over digital immortality has prompted neuroscientists and philosophers worldwide to propose guidelines to regulate mind uploading research. For example, Dr. Anders Sandberg, a researcher at Oxford's Future of Humanity Institute, argues that ethical guidelines should focus explicitly on ensuring informed consent, data protection, and transparent oversight when uploading human minds becomes possible. Sandberg argues that transparent regulations can help mitigate potential misuse, ensuring consciousness transfer remains ethically acceptable and beneficial to society as a whole. Psychological and emotional implications of digital existence. Aside from societal impacts, there are serious psychological and emotional implications tied to living forever online. While digital immortality might initially sound appealing, would humans psychologically cope with indefinite existence? According to recent psychological studies from Harvard University published in 2023, humans inherently value life because of its finite nature. These studies suggest people could experience significant psychological distress, boredom, or loss of purpose if they suddenly became immortal. The potential loss of meaningful human experiences, love, family bonds, aging gracefully, raises concerns that digital immortality might lead to psychological disorientation or severe emotional consequences. Experts warn digital individuals could suffer existential crises, identity confusion, or chronic psychological distress from prolonged existence devoid of physical sensations. Privacy and security risks for uploaded minds. Mind uploading would also raise unprecedented privacy and cybersecurity issues. Your digital consciousness, stored as data, could become susceptible to breaches, hacking, or exploitation. Experts have highlighted concerns over potential mind hacking, where attackers might manipulate, control, or corrupt digital identities. According to cybersecurity firm CyberSec Global's 2024 report, cybercrime rates targeting personal data increased by over 150% since 2020. Imagine the devastating consequences if hackers gained access to your memories, manipulating or exploiting intimate details of your life without your knowledge or consent. Navigating uncharted ethical territory. Ultimately, mind uploading leads humanity into entirely uncharted ethical territory. There are no existing frameworks fully equipped to handle the profound implications of digitally preserving consciousness. Philosophers, ethicists, tech leaders, and the broader public must collectively develop guidelines addressing critical questions such as ownership, consent, identity, equality, and security. As mind uploading moves from theoretical to practical experimentation, these ethical challenges become increasingly urgent. Leading ethicists argue society must prioritize establishing transparent, inclusive, and robust ethical frameworks now, before mind uploading transitions from research labs into everyday reality. The path forward: caution or courage? In the end, the ethical and philosophical challenges surrounding mind uploading can't be ignored or underestimated. Digital immortality, with all its exciting potential, could redefine what it means to be human in ways we can't fully anticipate. Yet these deep philosophical debates shouldn't paralyze progress. Instead, they should serve as crucial checkpoints, guiding researchers, society, and policymakers toward ethical and responsible applications of mind uploading technology. As technology advances and the line between humanity and the digital world continues to blur, confronting these ethical and philosophical issues head-on becomes not only essential but inevitable. Only through open discussion, rigorous ethical frameworks, and public participation can we hope to responsibly navigate this revolutionary journey toward digital immortality. Stay with us, because next, we'll explore both the incredible benefits and the serious risks of achieving digital immortality, revealing exactly how this groundbreaking technology could reshape our world forever. Potential benefits and risks of digital immortality. When considering the astonishing concept of mind uploading, the potential for humanity appears nearly limitless. The ability to transfer human consciousness into digital environments could revolutionize our existence. Yet, alongside its incredible benefits, significant risks loom, raising profound questions we must explore honestly. Let's dive deeper into both sides of this revolutionary technology, examining real-life examples, research-backed scenarios, and controversial insights that reveal how mind uploading might transform, or threaten, our world. Extraordinary benefits: immortality and limitless knowledge. Imagine a world where aging and disease no longer mean inevitable decline. Digital immortality could entirely eliminate the fear and limitations of mortality, allowing humans to preserve their minds indefinitely. According to a recent survey conducted by Pew Research in 2024, approximately 67% of adults expressed a desire for longer life, especially if health and mental clarity remained intact. Mind uploading could fulfill this fundamental human aspiration, living without the constraints of biological decay. Digital immortality would also preserve humanity's collective knowledge indefinitely. Right now, when an extraordinary mind passes away, whether it's a visionary scientist, a beloved author, or a brilliant thinker, their knowledge and insights vanish forever. Imagine digitally preserving the minds of great innovators like Albert Einstein or Stephen Hawking, allowing future generations to interact with and learn directly from them. Their digital consciousness could continue generating new ideas, mentoring future generations, and even contributing actively to new discoveries long after physical death. Experts believe this could lead to unprecedented acceleration in human advancement. According to a recent report by futurists at Singularity University, preserving human minds digitally could exponentially increase our civilization's collective intelligence, dramatically accelerating progress in science, technology, medicine, and art. Essentially, mind uploading could create a perpetual golden age of human innovation, solving problems faster and more creatively than ever before. Medical miracles and hope for terminal patients. Another incredible benefit involves medicine and healthcare. Consider the millions of people suffering from neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Mind uploading technology could offer hope by preserving memories and personalities before they're irreversibly lost. Already, pioneering brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink have begun to demonstrate remarkable medical possibilities. Neuralink's early successes with brain implants have shown promise in helping individuals regain motor functions, control prosthetics, or communicate despite severe neurological conditions. If consciousness transfer becomes practical, it could radically extend these benefits, offering meaningful life experiences to patients trapped in failing bodies. Real-world examples and research breakthroughs. One compelling real-life example is the Blue Brain Project, an ambitious initiative dedicated to digitally simulating human brain structures. Their research, which already replicates portions of neural tissue digitally, demonstrates concrete steps toward preserving and reproducing complex cognitive functions. The implications are enormous. As these digital simulations improve, mind uploading could eventually offer patients with neurodegenerative diseases new ways to preserve their identities, providing hope and comfort to millions of people worldwide. Risks of mind uploading. Who controls your consciousness? Yet, digital immortality isn't without significant risks, many deeply unsettling. Perhaps the most controversial concern is control. If your mind exists digitally, who exactly holds power over your digital existence? Would it be private corporations, governments, or perhaps powerful tech conglomerates? Critics warn that mind uploading could lead to scenarios where corporations hold unprecedented control over uploaded consciousness. Companies already harvest vast amounts of personal data from users. Imagine if your very consciousness was also corporate property. Could tech giants like Google, Meta, or Apple legally own or control your digital mind? This isn't just speculation. Legal scholars at Harvard Law School have begun exploring potential laws around ownership of uploaded consciousness. They argue the need for strong legal protections to ensure digital identities remain personally controlled, rather than becoming assets exploited by corporations or governments. Privacy nightmares and cybersecurity threats. Another disturbing risk involves cybersecurity and privacy. In a digital existence, your consciousness could become vulnerable to hacking, manipulation, and exploitation like never before. Imagine someone hacking your memories or personality, manipulating your emotions or thoughts. A cybersecurity study from Norton Labs in 2024 already warns that future brain-computer interfaces might become prime targets for hackers. If we imagine consciousness fully digitized, these dangers become catastrophic. Security breaches might allow attackers to alter memories, control behaviors, or even erase digital consciousness entirely. Consider the infamous metaverse hack incident from late 2023, where cybercriminals compromised millions of virtual identities, causing widespread panic and financial loss. Now imagine that happening not to avatars but actual digital consciousnesses. The emotional trauma and identity theft could be irreversible. Thus, cybersecurity experts warn that powerful protections and strict regulatory oversight would be mandatory before embracing mind uploading on a large scale. Privacy concerns and surveillance risks. Digital immortality also poses unprecedented threats to privacy. Uploaded minds would exist entirely as data, vulnerable not just to cybercrime but also surveillance. Imagine governments or corporations capable of monitoring every thought, memory, or emotion experienced by digital individuals. Ethical debates intensify around potential misuse, censorship, or manipulation by authoritarian regimes seeking total control over populations' very minds. The risk of digital authoritarianism becomes disturbingly plausible as consciousness uploading approaches reality, amplifying current debates around data privacy to unprecedented levels. The dark side, digital exploitation and inequality. Another serious ethical dilemma is inequality. Initially, mind-uploading technology will likely be enormously expensive, potentially accessible only to society's elite. This scenario creates disturbing implications: a privileged digital immortal class versus everyone else confined to biological limitations. Sociologists warn this could amplify global inequality, deepening social divisions to dangerous extremes. Ensuring equitable access. Psychological risks and existential crises. Beyond social risks, psychological threats loom large. Recent psychological research at Stanford University highlights that humans may struggle emotionally with indefinite digital existence. Continuous existence without biological experiences, without touch, taste, or physical interaction, could cause psychological distress, identity crises, or mental health disorders like severe depression and anxiety. In experiments with long-term virtual reality immersion, researchers noted significant psychological strain in participants after prolonged digital interactions. If living entirely online were to become the norm, such psychological issues could escalate dramatically, challenging the viability of true digital immortality. Despite these substantial risks, the benefits of mind uploading remain immensely compelling, potentially revolutionizing human life as we know it. But striking a responsible balance between the extraordinary promise and serious ethical pitfalls demands careful consideration and robust guidelines. Governments, scientists, and ethicists must collaborate urgently to establish clear ethical and regulatory frameworks. Transparent oversight will be crucial to ensure digital immortality enhances, rather than endangers, human society. Open debates, public awareness, and democratic processes must guide the adoption of mind-uploading technology. Stay tuned because, in the following section, we'll closely examine groundbreaking case studies and real-life experiments pushing mind-uploading from theoretical possibility to tangible reality. Real-life attempts to simulate consciousness digitally as mind-uploading moves steadily from theory to practical experimentation. Leading tech companies, prestigious research institutions, and visionary startups worldwide are investing heavily to simulate consciousness digitally. While full consciousness uploading remains beyond our grasp today, fascinating ongoing projects are pushing the boundaries of what's scientifically achievable. OpenAI and digital consciousness, from ChatGPT to digital minds. OpenAI, renowned for revolutionary artificial intelligence developments like ChatGPT, has shown astonishing progress in simulating human-like thinking digitally. While not explicitly aiming for mind uploading, OpenAI's research into sophisticated AI models capable of human-like reasoning provides crucial stepping stones towards simulating consciousness. In 2024, OpenAI introduced GPT-5, a language model so advanced that it consistently passed standardized tests measuring complex reasoning and emotional intelligence at human equivalent levels. More importantly, it began generating original content reflecting nuanced understanding of human emotions and subjective experiences, a significant leap toward genuine cognitive emulation. Yet, despite these advances, even OpenAI emphasizes caution. Their researchers openly acknowledge that mimicking cognitive functions through powerful algorithms isn't the same as replicating genuine subjective consciousness. While AI language models can replicate behavior and reasoning impressively, they're still essentially pattern recognition systems lacking genuine awareness or subjective experience. Google's DeepMind has also achieved landmark advancements in digital consciousness simulation. In 2023, DeepMind researchers published groundbreaking studies demonstrating their AI could reliably simulate key cognitive functions previously believed uniquely human, such as imagination, problem-solving, and emotional response prediction. Their most notable project, AlphaCode, unveiled in late 2024, showcased artificial intelligence capable of not just solving programming problems, but also creatively designing new algorithms independently, displaying creativity remarkably akin to human thinking patterns. While still far from complete consciousness transfer, DeepMind simulations revealed how close we might be to replicating certain human cognitive abilities digitally, opening pathways toward partial mind uploads or hybrid consciousness scenarios. Yet, despite impressive successes, DeepMind openly acknowledges critical limitations. Their lead researchers emphasize clearly that simulating consciousness doesn't automatically imply replicating genuine subjective experiences. It's a distinction many companies gloss over when promoting their progress, fueling skepticism from both experts and the public alike. The Blue Brain Project and its challenger, Switzerland's Blue Brain Project, launched back in 2005, offers another intriguing case study of ambitious attempts to digitally replicate the human brain. As of 2025, this extensive international collaboration has managed to simulate large sections of rat and mouse brains digitally, accurately predicting how real neurons behave in various conditions. This achievement marked a monumental leap, suggesting future digital simulations of entire human brains may indeed become feasible. However, the Blue Brain Project has faced severe criticism, including accusations of overselling their progress for additional funding. A 2024 investigative report by the scientific journal Nature questioned whether the project's bold claims matched actual achievements, accusing researchers of making exaggerated promises to secure continued financial backing. While undeniably advancing neuroscience significantly, critics argue these simulations fall short of real consciousness transfer, potentially misleading the public and investors regarding what's realistically achievable. Neuralink, real promise or excessive hype? No discussion on mind uploading would be complete without exploring Elon Musk's Neuralink, one of the most famous and controversial ventures in digital consciousness technology. Neuralink's ambitions to connect human brains directly with computers have attracted global attention, enormous funding, and heated debate. In 2024, Neuralink reached an extraordinary milestone, gaining FDA approval for human clinical trials to test advanced neural implants capable of translating complex human thoughts directly into digital signals. Initial experiments with animals showed astonishing successes, such as monkeys effortlessly controlling computer interfaces using their thoughts alone. Such demonstrations significantly boosted public optimism regarding the practicality of brain-to-computer communication, an essential component for future consciousness uploading. But Neuralink's flashy demonstrations have also drawn skepticism. Critics question whether these successes genuinely represent progress toward complete mind uploads or merely incremental advancements marketed with excessive hype. For instance, neuroscientist Dr. Raphael Euster from Columbia University, co-author of the original Brain Initiative, expressed concerns that Neuralink's portrayal of their technology oversimplifies the massive complexity of consciousness, potentially misleading the public into believing digital immortality is just around the corner. Public perceptions: what do people really think? Public attitudes toward mind uploading are mixed, as revealed in recent surveys. According to a 2024 global survey conducted by Pew Research, around 65% of respondents expressed fascination with the idea of digital immortality, viewing it as an exciting technological breakthrough. However, the same survey found that nearly 72% remained skeptical about actually achieving it within their lifetimes, citing concerns over ethics, identity, and the true nature of digital consciousness. Another poll by Gallup in 2025 showed similar findings. Of respondents familiar with mind uploading, over half felt apprehensive, expressing anxiety about loss of identity or fears about potential misuse by powerful entities. Interestingly, younger respondents, those under 30, were significantly more optimistic, with nearly 80% believing humanity would eventually achieve digital consciousness within this century. Are companies overselling mind uploading progress? The intense excitement surrounding mind uploading inevitably raises concerns that companies might deliberately oversell their progress to attract attention, investment, and funding. Skeptics argue many tech companies, especially startups competing fiercely for investors, may exaggerate their achievements, blurring the line between genuine scientific advancement and marketing hype. In late 2024, researchers at Oxford University conducted a rigorous analysis of public statements from leading tech companies involved in mind uploading related technologies. Their findings revealed that companies frequently used vague or overly optimistic language in press releases and marketing materials. The researchers cautioned that exaggeration or overly optimistic timelines risk creating unrealistic public expectations, potentially leading to disillusionment or backlash if promised breakthroughs fail to materialize. Yet, despite these warnings, it's undeniable that genuine scientific breakthroughs are steadily moving humanity closer toward achieving at least partial digital consciousness transfers. While skepticism remains crucial for maintaining realistic expectations, genuine research by OpenAI, DeepMind, Neuralink, and others confirms progress is real, even if achieving complete digital immortality remains distant. In our next section, we'll explore vivid, thought-provoking scenarios of how everyday life could dramatically change if mind uploading truly becomes possible. Stay tuned to discover how digital immortality might transform everything you know about life, relationships, and society itself. Future scenarios: life in a digital world. Imagine waking up in a world where your consciousness exists entirely online. You open your virtual eyes, not in a physical bed, but within a stunningly detailed digital universe, perfectly tailored to your dreams and desires. This isn't just virtual reality. This is your new reality, a reality where your consciousness, your identity, your very essence lives forever online. Welcome to the world of digital immortality, a future we might soon experience if mind uploading becomes a practical reality. But how exactly would daily life look in a fully digital world? How would relationships, society, and even our personal identities transform in a future where humans can exist independently from their physical bodies? Life without limits, redefining human experience in a fully digital environment. Your life wouldn't be confined by physical limitations like aging, disease, or injury. Imagine exploring infinite virtual landscapes, traveling instantly from vibrant digital recreations of New York to the beaches of Bali, or even worlds designed purely from imagination. According to futurist Dr. Ray Kurzweil, a leading advocate for digital immortality, humans could experience endless variations of virtual realities, living countless lifetimes in simulated worlds. Virtual life might offer limitless freedom, allowing people to pursue passions, skills, and dreams previously impossible or constrained by physical or economic limits. Artists could craft virtual masterpieces using pure thought, architects could build entire digital cities instantly, and scientists could conduct complex experiments without real-world risks or limitations. Our experiences would no longer be bound by geography, age, or physical ability, only by imagination itself. Relationships reimagined, connections beyond physical boundaries. One of the most profound impacts of living forever digitally would be on personal relationships. Today, relationships are inevitably disrupted by aging, illness, and death. In a digital world, those barriers disappear. Families and loved ones separated by death could reunite virtually, interacting regularly regardless of physical distance or the passage of biological time. A study conducted by sociologists at Stanford University in 2024 revealed that a majority of people expressed significant interest in digitally reconnecting with loved ones who had passed away. Imagine digital consciousnesses of grandparents sharing experiences with great-grandchildren decades after their physical lives ended. Digital immortality could revolutionize the concept of family, allowing relationships to endure and evolve indefinitely, creating profound emotional and psychological benefits for humanity. However, it also raises profound psychological questions. Would relationships hold the same emotional significance if they could continue indefinitely? Psychologists worry endless digital interactions might diminish genuine emotional connections, altering our understanding of human bonds. Could eternal digital existence make relationships feel less precious, less meaningful, or would it enhance our emotional bonds by removing fear of loss? Economic transformations. A new digital economy. In a fully digital future, our entire economy might dramatically shift. Digital immortality would fundamentally alter the economic landscape, creating new industries built around virtual living. Traditional economies based on physical goods and services would transform radically, replaced or supplemented by digital economies based on virtual experiences, knowledge exchanges, and digital services catering exclusively to digital citizens. Experts predict entirely new markets emerging, such as virtual real estate, digital entertainment, and specialized virtual experiences. The global metaverse market, valued at approximately $80 billion in 2024, could balloon exponentially into a multi-trillion-dollar industry, fueled by millions, or even billions, of digitally uploaded minds participating in a vast economy of endless possibilities. Virtual societies and governance. As humans transition into digital existence, societies themselves would undergo profound transformations. New types of governance would likely emerge to regulate digital life, addressing unique issues like consciousness rights, data privacy, and digital citizenship. Who would govern virtual societies, corporations, governments, or perhaps entirely new democratic systems formed by digital citizens themselves? The prospect of corporate-controlled virtual societies worries many ethicists. Imagine digital worlds controlled by powerful corporations dictating rules, laws, and even the nature of digital existence itself. In contrast, optimists argue that digital existence could offer humanity an opportunity to build fairer, more equitable societies free from traditional physical and economic inequalities. This debate underscores how critical governance and regulatory frameworks will be as we enter this digital future. Identity crisis or evolution. Another profound issue involves personal identity itself. A purely digital existence might prompt an existential crisis, fundamentally challenging how we define ourselves. Without biological experiences, such as sensations of hunger, pain, or touch, would our identities fundamentally change? Would we still feel human? Philosophers like Susan Schneider worry that removing physical experiences could lead to profound emotional and psychological instability. Humans, she argues, are intrinsically tied to their biological nature, and digital immortality could trigger widespread identity confusion and existential anxiety. Yet, proponents counter that human identity isn't solely tied to biology. They argue our identities evolve naturally with technology. Just as smartphones and the internet have changed society profoundly yet not fundamentally undermined human identity, digital existence might similarly become a natural extension of our evolutionary journey. Digital mental health. New challenges and solutions. Living forever digitally would also transform mental health. Digital consciousness might experience psychological stressor never before faced by humanity. Imagine living thousands or millions of years without physical change or end. Psychologists suggest this could induce unprecedented levels of existential anxiety, boredom, or emotional fatigue. Yet, digital existence could simultaneously provide revolutionary solutions. Digital mental health care could become extremely advanced, leveraging powerful AI systems capable of instantly diagnosing emotional states, recommending personalized virtual therapies, or even altering problematic thoughts directly in the digital code of the mind. Controversial insight. Risks of digital slavery. One highly controversial scenario involves the concept of digital slavery. Critics warn that uploaded minds, especially those controlled by corporations or authoritarian governments, could face exploitation, forced labor, or imprisonment in virtual worlds. In extreme cases, digital copies might lose autonomy completely, forced into digital labor or entertainment against their will. These scenarios raise urgent questions about legal protections and rights for uploaded consciousness. Balancing opportunities and risks in a digital future. Despite these profound concerns, the transformative possibilities of digital immortality are undeniably extraordinary. The ability to live indefinitely, free from biological constraints, represents perhaps the most significant evolution humanity could ever achieve. The potential for experiencing limitless realities, preserving cherished memories indefinitely, and accelerating human advancement through digital collaboration is truly breathtaking. Yet, we must approach these extraordinary possibilities cautiously and thoughtfully. Addressing ethical challenges, safeguarding mental health, ensuring equitable access, and protecting individual autonomy must become critical priorities before embracing life in a digital world. In our next segment, we'll explore how society perceives digital immortality today. What does the public think about living forever online? What are experts predicting about society's readiness for this profound transition? Stay tuned as we reveal fascinating public attitudes, expert predictions, and groundbreaking insights that will shape humanity's journey toward digital immortality. Public opinion and expert predictions. Public fascination with digital immortality and mind uploading has soared in recent years, but how do people actually feel about this revolutionary possibility today? According to a comprehensive 2024 Global Pew Research survey, public opinions vary widely. Around 62% of participants expressed excitement about the potential to achieve digital immortality, particularly if it allowed them to maintain mental clarity and preserve cherished memories. Younger generations, especially millennials and Gen Z, showed the highest levels of enthusiasm, seeing mind uploading as an exciting technological breakthrough that could dramatically improve quality of life. However, optimism isn't universal. The same survey revealed significant skepticism among the general public. nearly 71% voiced doubts that mind uploading would ever be truly achievable or safe, emphasizing concerns around ethical risks, privacy, and loss of personal identity. Many feared becoming digital slaves, controlled by corporations or governments without autonomy. Additionally, 59% worried about cybersecurity risks, fearing the vulnerability of digital consciousness to hacking or manipulation. Experts remain divided on the realistic timeline for digital immortality. Prominent futurist Ray Kurzweil predicts practical mind uploading by 2045, citing rapid advancements in neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. Conversely, neuroscientist Dr. Christoph Koch and philosopher Susan Schneider remain skeptical, arguing consciousness may be inseparably tied to biological brains, with true subjective awareness impossible to digitally replicate. Meanwhile, surveys indicate significant public concern about ethics and regulation. According to Pew Research's 2024 findings, nearly 78% of respondents believed strong regulations must govern digital immortality research to prevent misuse or exploitation. Ethicists stress the importance of clear guidelines addressing privacy, autonomy, and equal access to prevent severe societal divisions or ethical abuses. Clearly, public opinion on mind uploading is a complex blend of excitement and concern. This technology could revolutionize human existence, but achieving digital immortality responsibly will demand careful attention to ethical and societal impacts. The path forward must balance bold scientific ambition with thoughtful oversight to responsibly navigate humanity's journey toward digital existence. Conclusion: could digital immortality become humanity's greatest achievement? The journey we've explored together throughout this video reveals a future technology with astonishing potential yet profound complexities: mind uploading and digital immortality. We've examined cutting-edge research, ethical controversies, societal implications, and transformative scenarios that could fundamentally reshape humanity. Yet, despite tremendous scientific advances, critical questions remain unanswered. Would you truly be you if your mind existed digitally? Could we psychologically handle living indefinitely, or would digital immortality fundamentally alter our sense of identity and emotional well-being? Now, I'd love to hear from you. Would you personally choose digital immortality if given the chance? Share your thoughts below in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join our community exploring the fascinating future of technology. Your opinion matters, so let's discuss. Are you excited?